Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the Sagittarius reading for June of 2020. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and of course cross-watchers are also welcome. We have a pick a card today, so 3 piles have been selected. Pile 1, Pile 2, Pile 3. You can also pick by crystal by either hematite, tiger dye, or aventurine. If you are new to pick a cards, the idea is that one of these cards holds your reading for June. It can actually be within multiple, so if you're called to 2 or even all 3, you're more than welcome to stay for the whole video. There will be timestamps for each of the piles in the description and in the top comment as well. So some people like to pick by favorite number, some by crystal, some by just sight. I'm also going to do in a moment a mini meditation to help you really get aligned with whatever pile that's meant for you. Okay? First, I'd just like to thank you again for coming and also let you know that we have links in the description and on our main YouTube page for other platforms that Violet Light Tarot is currently on, which include, of course, Instagram, where we do readings every other day, and also we have our Pinterest with varying boards with regard to self-care, self-help, some esoteric crystals, some tarot information as well. And also we have Twitter and the store, of course, where we are offering individual personalized readings for purchase. If you prefer to go by meditation, we will do that right now for you. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Open your eyes slowly. The pile that your eyes were first drawn to when you first opened your eyes is your pile that is intended for you. Thank you for joining, and we will see you at your pile. Welcome back to all the Sagittarians or cross-watchers that picked pile 1 or the hematite crystal. This is your pile for June of 2020. So we have 8 cards in your pile today, and I'm going to show them to you as I turn them over, and we will look at the cards as an 8-card spread. So if you see anything as I'm turning them over that's a little concerning, just hold off and let's see how it actually plays out within the whole message, okay? So we have the Hermit, we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Emperor, the Great Gathering, and underneath it says, "It's all coming together, intuitive hits, Soul Tribe." We have Make a Wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. We have Angel of Love. Reminder. And your shadow card for this pile is Ereshkigal, and it's Coercion. Okay, Sagittarius, what I'm seeing is the Hermit card may actually be you. It could have to do with your physical isolation due to the current world order, or it could actually be that you're sort of keeping to yourself a little bit more than normal. Sagittarians usually, from what I understand, are outgoing, adventurous, playful, but you may have been sort of holding back on that recently. There has been an investment in either time, money that you've either been thinking about making but haven't actually made, or perhaps unfortunately have made but it didn't pan out. The Emperor card, though, it's actually a powerful card, noting that this is you. So you actually being sort of keeping yourself away and keeping yourself sort of to yourself more recently has actually brought you into your power again. And it does say that the great gathering is taking place. And again, underneath that, this refers to that it's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. So that's leading me to the understanding that it's all coming together as meaning that this investment maybe hasn't failed, so to speak, so much as has been postponed, and is now what you're working on is making that into an actual harvest, an actual abundance that's coming towards you. And remember, that could be as a pentacle. It can either refer to monetary, financial, 3D, so it could be something that you're looking at, maybe moving, buying a new house, a car, a new business, something to that effect. It also has to do with earth signs as well. So if you're dealing with specific people and earth signs are involved, then that could also speak of maybe it wasn't necessarily you that was holding things back. You were still sort of keeping yourself away from the situation, but it could have been somebody else making the investment and you were sort of holding on and waiting them out, so to speak. You do have Make a Wish right now as well, which talks about your manifestations, and it refers to basically that you're going to enjoy your manifestation. So it's asking you to go ahead and make that investment and manifest whatever it is, because you are being heard. Your wishes are being granted at this time. And that could have to do with your soul family as well. Soul family is not exactly your actual physical bloodline family. Soul family is more the people that you vibe with the best, sort of thing. It's the people that get you. And it could also speak to the angel of love. So part of this, not all of it, but part of it could be referring to a love interest. There's no aces in here at the moment, and there's no 2 of cups. But you do have the angel of love, so it could be an investment in love that you're looking at making and manifesting that into your world and being. It could also be referring to self-love as well. So it could also be talking about your current hermiting state, going into the Emperor, and self-love being required to keep yourself going. Make sure that you keep yourself healthy and vibrant. And remember, as a Sagittarian, that you're meant to have fun. You're meant to be adventurous. So make that wish, become that Emperor, and just be aware too when you're looking at things that you're looking at a reminder too. This could be referring to something from your past that you're forgetting. It could be remembering who you are. And maybe you've been stuck in this hermit stage and you've forgotten who you were as a Sagittarian. And now it's asking you to remember, to take that reminder and remember that you are meant to be outgoing and you are meant to be this person who manifests and does great things with your life. Your shadow currently, which this particular card deals with your shadow, and basically what that is what you have to work on to bring yourself into yourself. So what it's talking about is coercion. It could be sort of giving yourself that kick in the butt head start, or it could also be talking about coercion in the fact that maybe you've been dealing with sort of the wrong kind of people recently, and you've been coerced into certain things that you're not maybe proud of or you wouldn't normally have done. And that could actually also be why you're stuck in the hermit stage at this particular time, as you're watching this and progressing out of it. But you've blocked yourself off a little bit because you have experienced coercion in the recent past. And recent past can mean in the past few weeks, months, but it could also be in the past few years. The spread is letting me know, and the spirits are letting me know, that the coercion that you're worried about and the coercion that's still on your mind is actually no longer taking place. So what you're experiencing right now in the Hermit is just sort of the shadow effect of the coercion that you received in the past. Right now, you are, whatever wish you're making, whatever wish you want to put forth, as far as you wish you were back to your old self, you wish you were in that new state of mind, you wish you were experiencing love, experiencing your strength again, maybe being able to invest in yourself, which also could work as well. It could talk as well to the fact of the intuitive hits and the coming together. So coming together in that respect could actually be you coming back together with your true self. there's a lot going on. There's got to be some seriously diverse people watching this particular reading. There's so many varying possibilities in here. Remember, again, this is a collective reading, so some of what I'm saying is going to resonate partially with you, but not completely. So while it's coming up as a whole bunch of sort of mixed bags of possibilities, it's because we have so many varying people watching that are experiencing one or more aspects, and somebody else has the same one aspect but 3 other aspects that you don't particularly resonate with. For those who are having some issues with your personal self and feeling as if you haven't been yourself, what I'm seeing is there has been coercion in your past that sort of put you into a state of hermit mode because you were maybe putting up guards. Maybe you were sort of brought into a state of being that didn't resonate with who you were. You didn't recognize yourself, as they say. And what you're being asked to do right now is to remember who you are as a person. Remember that love is in you, and not only in you, but also in you to give, to receive, that it does exist. It doesn't have to be romantic love. It can be love for coworkers, friends. It can be just love for yourself. So the angel of love does have an aspect within her to assist with self-love as well. It doesn't always have to be exactly romantic, Cupid-y type love. And you do belong in this emperor state. You do belong in your strongest self, your most invested in you self. And again, that's what this is talking about. Right now, you don't have that investment in you because of whatever this past coercion is that set you into that hermit mode, that set you into your turtle shell, as it were. But you do have it within you to invest in yourself and become this. You just have to voice it. Voice it to yourself, voice it to your spirit guides, voice it to whoever. Pull yourself out of that. And I see you actually maybe not reaching Emperor stage by the end of the month, but definitely heading very close to it. Depending on how long you've been hermiting, how long you've been dealing with the darkness and the coercion and the people from your past, it could take you a little bit longer or a little bit shorter of a time to come back into yourself. But that starting phase and that starting chapter of becoming yourself again is happening within June. So this is what I see for you for pile 1, Sagittarius. This is an intense read for everybody involved. This has been exciting. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a comment and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Have a really meaningful and wonderful June. Thank you. Welcome, Sagittarius. For those who picked pile 2 or the Tiger Eye Crystal, this is the pile that's meant for you for June of 2020. We have an 8 card spread for today, and I'm going to flip them over and show them to you as we go. As we're going along, if you see anything that's concerning to you, hold off and let's look at them as an entire spread put together, as the message is intended to be all 8. Okay? We're starting off with the 3 of Wands. And we're moving into the Hermit. We also have the 6 of Swords. It's interesting, pile 1 for Sagittarius also had the Hermit. We have Council of Light. And this says, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. We also have let yourself receive. Allow others to give you allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apologies. We have the thinking woman. The fledgling. And your shadow card for June, Sagittarius, is Mat or Judgment. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for you is that you've recently, and by recently I mean at the end of May or just in the past couple of days of June, you've started to want to move ahead. You've started to come back into that Sagittarian energy. Maybe you've been hermiting for a bit recently, whether physically because of isolations and quarantines or just within yourself, working on yourself and your shadow work. But you've started to move ahead or realize that things are starting to move towards you again. And as a Sagittarian, you're wanting to travel. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to mean travel as in like getting on a plane travel because of how things are, but traveling and moving forward and discovering. And it could just be inner discoveries, working on getting to that next level of you, or getting to that next level in your relationships, your workplace, maybe promotions, something like that. I don't have any actual pentacles here, but what I do have is the thinking woman. So this could have to do with education. It could have to do with literally sitting with yourself thinking, hopefully not overthinking, but really coming into your own philosophies. We do have the Council of Light, though, regarding helpers in the subtle realm. So that could be, if you're into things like astral travel or just communing with your guides and your spirits, that could be where your traveling is coming from, or where the actual journey part of your June is coming from. It could be journeying spiritually to your astral self or to your 5D and your guides. Remember that we do have here also to let yourself receive. Sorry, that was awkward. Let yourself receive. Allow others to give you loving care and receive without guilt or apology. So you may be someone who is mostly used to providing. You could be a provider of love or a provider of care for others. You may be someone who's identifying as an empath or a light worker. What you're being asked to do for June is to receive, to allow yourself to be the one to receive the care and the love in return, or by others who you haven't met yet as well. You are a fledgling in the fact that, again, this could be referring to the fact that you're being asked to receive instead of give at this time. You are also sitting with your shadow right now, and your shadow for June is within the realm of judgment. It could be others judging you for whatever. Which always remember, if anyone ever judges you for anything or you feel judged by someone, that actually has nothing to do with you as a person. It's literally them. Their judgments come from where they are in their life and what they've experienced. It's a complete mirror of their own reflection of themselves. It has nothing to do with you. The only person, actually, you really shouldn't be judging yourself either. I was going to say that only you can judge yourself, but you really shouldn't be judging yourself. Accept yourself for who you are and where you're at. Judgment, again, that actually could be it as well. Again, remember, this is for a collective, so varying things may resonate with some, but not others of you. The judgment could refer to judging yourself for past experiences, judging yourself for allowing yourself to be stuck in a hermit mode, for allowing yourself to always give and never be able to receive. It's a really weird sort of catch-22 where to give love and to give assistance is always deemed to be better, but at the same time, you do have that need every now and then. You're like, gosh, I wish someone would notice. I wish someone would, help me for a change. But then you start judging yourself because you start going, oh, I shouldn't feel that way. I should, I have to know better than that. But you don't have to know better than that. You do have those times when you do need help. And what you're being asked to do right now is to receive that, accept it, and don't apologize for it to them or to yourself. What I'm seeing also for you for June, with regard to the divine orchestration, is that this is currently a really big month for you in the fact that everything that you're going to be going through in June, whether good or bad, unfortunately, for the bad part, I don't see anything majorly bad, any tower moments, anything like that. But sometimes there's that experience where now with everybody going out again, somebody may cut you off in traffic kind of thing. Those kind of bad experiences, not overall huge bad experiences, just 5 minutes out of your day kind of thing. Your month is literally divinely orchestrated at this time. You are meant to start moving forward again. You are meant to actually, you're currently in this hermit, but what spirit and guides want you to be is in reverse. They want you to come out of that hermit mode, start moving forward, start with the motion, take the journey. Again, it can be spiritual, it can be psychological too, if you're looking at bettering yourself through learning or communication. And be that woman of thinking. And granted, if you're a man watching, woman is basically meant as an energy. So it could be thinking about where your heart should be. It could be thinking about where your feminine energy should go. Just remember that you are a fledgling at all times. You are constantly learning. You are meant to always be new at something. I don't know if you just heard that, but my neighbors upstairs dropped something. You are meant to always be learning. So again, don't judge yourself. If you happen to be in a place right now where you are feeling a little out of place because you are new to something, you aren't quite catching on as fast as you maybe should, or you're not accepting the assistance that's being provided to you, pull it back a little bit. Remember to accept that people are there trying to help you, and the guides and spirits are trying to help you, so you're meant to receive. It's okay to receive. You don't have to feel bad about that. This is what I see for you for June of 2020, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope that you have found some meaning in it. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you again another time. Have a wonderful June. Bye. Welcome to pile 3. This is for Sagittarius for June of 2020. Whether you picked the third pile itself or the aventurine crystal, this is meant for you. So we have a 8-pile spread here. That's, I keep doing that, 8-card spread for this pile. And I'm going to turn them all over to show you individually. Don't worry about anything you see in a specific card by itself. It's the message that all 8 combined bring that is meant for you. So we're starting out with the Tower. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Healing Heart. You are a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. The World. Forbidden. Sorry, there you go. Forbidden. And your shadow card for June is Nash with Envy. Okay, so Sagittarius, what I'm seeing is that you've just been through something major, or something major is about to happen for you. Excuse me. You've got both the Tower and the Crumbling in the same pile. The Tower moment is meant to be something monumental that takes place. It could be something to the effect of your car breaks down, so you need a new car. It could be a change of jobs, a change of location if you're moving, a change of life path. If you find yourself having to literally change careers or change cities. I can't tell right now, unfortunately. Just let's go through and see where we're at with it. The tower itself is not meant to denote bad. It doesn't mean that it's an event that's going to be a bad thing that happens. What it does ask you, though, especially with the crumbling, really bringing that home, is what are you holding on to that's not going to serve you past this point? Are you really sort of very attached to, and again, it doesn't have to be that. This is a huge reading for varying people within a collective, so part of it may resonate, part of it might not. Are you, say, attached to your car that you've had for a while and you really love it, but now you really need to get a new one? Are you attached to a specific job and something happens because of everything going on in the world and now you need to get something different? That kind of thing. It's basically asking, what are you holding on to that really doesn't belong in your next phase? That you don't need to actually hold on so tight, because the more you hold on to something, the tighter you hold on to something. And this works for people too. So if you're in a relationship and you're really trying to hold on to that person and sort of becoming more needy of them, it can actually pull them away from you. Look at what you're holding on to tightly and wonder and sort of reflect on whether it's something that you actually need, something you want, something you literally can't live without. And by that I mean literally can't live without food, that kind of thing. Or is it something that you've just become so accustomed to that you don't see yourself moving on without it, but literally spirit and the universe is saying you can be without it. You just have to let go and see whether it comes with you. Okay? You do have the Page of Pentacles is in reverse. The Page of Pentacles upright is a message coming in regarding finance, or a message coming in regarding anything material. Because it's in reverse, and it could actually be a message that you're putting forth as well. But in reverse, it's saying that either the message is blocked or it's postponed. So that message is not going to be available to you at this time, or you're not going to be able to convey that message for whatever reason. It doesn't mean that you can't turn that around. You can, definitely. You've got free will. You've got the ability to get through this tower moment, but without that tower moment being experienced, without that crumbling taking place, that particular message is kind of in the wind, as they say at the moment. You do also have, though, the King of Pentacles. So it's an earth sign. It could be somebody you're dealing with. It could also be referring to you and the fact that you are concrete in your finance. The tower moment may not have to do with finance. It may not have to do with physical. It could have to do more with something that's happening in your affections, your love life, your family, that kind of thing. Because it does say that you are strong right now and you do have the ability to communicate with regard to career, work, finance, and material objects and events. You are being asked to remember that you do have a healing soul and to keep up the good work. So again, this really is leading me to think that whatever this tower is that's happening, it has to do with personal or interpersonal relationships, in that you do have that ability to heal and to heal others. It could be that you are part of a family and you're having to explain to your kids, maybe that family is falling apart a little bit or changing in some way, but you do have the ability to convey it to people who are not understanding. So it could be children, whether you have children or you are one of the children that's involved in something that's going on and your parents are having the issues. You do have a healing heart and you are able to help other people see what's going on. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can heal it. So if you are, just to go back to that for just a second really quickly, if you happen to be of a younger age and your parents are going through something right now, like a divorce or something to that effect, it is within them and not within you that the responsibility lays to go wherever they're going. If they're meant to stay together, it's got to be between them. Don't put it on yourself in any way. It's not yours to have to handle, okay? I just want to make sure, because I'm getting the feeling that I need to say that to somebody who's watching this, that if your parents are going through something right now, that it is not your responsibility. It is not because of you in any way. It is never because of you. It is between them as two adults in a relationship and what they're going through together. Okay? It is affecting you. And I am sorry that it is affecting you in the way that it is. I'm getting a very, very strong vibe of somebody who's hurting right now. But this has nothing, it's in no way anything to do with something that you've done or some way that you've been. And nothing that you do or change within yourself can change what's happening between them. Okay? For everyone else, and also for you, the person I've just been speaking to, the world does exist for you as well. So this is not saying that the world is ending. I'm seeing this world card as literally stating that your world is still progressing. You are still intact as a person. You are still moving forward as you are supposed to be. And nothing is actually pulling your own personal world and your own personal growth sort of out of alignment of what it should be. The forbidden here, I'm seeing this actually as being a notice too that whatever this tower moment is, whatever this crumbling is, that it cannot be changed by you. Now, this isn't just to the people I was just talking to or the person I was just talking to. This is to anybody who's experiencing this particular pile. Whatever this is, you're spiritually forbidden. So there is that door. So you will not be able to stop whatever this is from happening. This is meant to happen at this time. You do have envy and shadow as well. So you could be envious currently of other people who maybe you perceive as having it better, who you perceive as being able to get through things a little easier, get through moments without having to go through this particular tower. They've had their own towers that they haven't been able to get through that you maybe have experienced the same item but have gotten through without scathing. Everybody has something that they feel is going to rock everything that's in their existence, everything that has to do with their world, that everything's going to change. So don't look to others who have had this particular experience and think that their entire world is better. And again, that could also be the forbidden. You're forbidden from being envious. You don't have any reason to be envious of somebody else because, again, you've gone through something without really even considering blinking an eye at it that has maybe crumbled them to the fact that their world got rocked. So what I'm seeing right now for you, Sagittarius, for June of 2020 is I am seeing that something is going to take place, or literally something has very much, like as in the last couple of days, taken place that you will come out of. You are meant to experience this. Everything will be fine for you. Your world is still intact. You do have the ability to care for others in this instance, so you are stronger than some of the others that are going through this. So remember that you have that ability to help them. There is a message that's meant to be conveyed to you because of this, but you have to go through it before that message can be received. And you do have that King of Pentacles as well, which means that you are strong, and you actually may be stronger than you're realizing right now. You're going through something and you're thinking this is something that you can't pass, but you will and you can. Okay, so that was powerful for me to actually just read an experience for you. Please comment. Please let me know how you're doing. Please, if you are in that healing ability, if you do have some words of wisdom for somebody else who may be going through something similar, please just take a second to note in the comments what words of wisdom that you may have. And please like this, subscribe, and bell notification are always helpful as well. And please come back at the end of June as well, Sagittarius, because we will be doing what your takeaway was from this month. So what were you meant to gain, experience, and learn from your events of June? Thank you.